one thing that everybody in Deadlock knows is that Eternus are very efficient with their communications. So, what if we gave Ascendant players the best player in NA as their coach, and we removed the ability for Eternus to communicate with each other? Who would win that game? Ascendants that can communicate with the best player in NA being their in-game leader, or Eternuses that cannot communicate, say anything, ping, whatever they can do, they cannot do it. Well, they could hopefully play the game. Regardless, it is the GlutenSnake, and this is another chapter of now Ascendant versus Eternus, because apparently Phantom versus Eternus is not a thing that's happening anymore, because all the ranks in the game have gone topsy-turvy, and there's a pause lock already. And we do have Mimi and Chess here, our classic observing casting team. What do you think about this match, Mimi? Who do you think has the edge?
Honestly, I have to give it to the Ascendants or the Amber team. I think having the best player in NA coaching you is going to be such a astronomically huge advantage. But also, the Eternus is not being able to communicate at all is going to be extremely difficult to work around.
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with you. I think a lot of the reasons why a player is Eternus is not just because, oh, they're very good at communicating, right? It's also because they have very, very good mechanical skill. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. We just see Yamato's, one of the Ascendants fall, like not even at minute 2. This just happens when you have very, very good players playing against you. And the big problem that you have to face if you're one of the Ascendants is, okay, it's true that at minute 20 you're going to have a huge advantage because Saiah's going to be telling you go here, go there, go whatever. But at minute 1 and minute 2 and minute 5 of the game, you are going to be just, you know, you're going to have to figure out how to lane. And it's very, very difficult for all of these guys to figure out how to lane. We have seen it that we have seen that even like a small rank difference is enough to almost guarantee a lane goes in favor of one team instead of the other. Now imagine a rank difference that, like, you know, almost 6 ranks. It doesn't matter how good your comms are, you're not going to be able to fix your Ascendant players micro. And what happens right after that is, hey, you're 5k, 10k down coming out of laning. What's going to happen after that, right? Like, yeah, sure, your strategy part might be weaker, but you're still going to come out of laning out of a huge, huge advantage, and I think the Eternuses are going to be good enough to play with it. Another Ascendant dead, but yeah. It's always good when you have two casters who disagree on the outcome of the game, because it makes it a lot more fun. It'd be horrible if both of us agree.
Yeah, you know, this is the first event we've really had since the rank changes. So, you know, we do have these new Ascendants, which are supposed to be around old Phantom, but are some of these players old Oracle? Are they some old Archon? You know, how low, how high are these true ranks now? We haven't really figured that out yet. There hasn't been a ton of great data on that, so that I'm also very curious about.
Yeah, I mean, my personal understanding is that there was some sort of hidden MMR system, because I've been told by several players that some of them used to be Phantom 6 and are now Ascendant 6, and some of them used to be Phantom 1 and are also now Ascendant 6. So, I've basically been hearing that it's not been a one-to-one conversion of, oh, you're at a certain rank, therefore you get it at a certain place. But we do see already the first result of the calls. We do see the Doorman and
got that buff.
Yeah, he got it. Doorman immediately positioned for that buff. Very well done for him. Is he going to be able to get a pick here? That does seem to not be the case. Regardless. But yeah, that's probably part of Saiah's coaching. He's like reminding people of these incredibly important not deadlines, that's not the word I'm looking for, but like moments, like, oh, at 5 minutes you're supposed to go get the bridge buff, at 10 minutes the urn spawns, at 8 minutes the big cam spawns, so get your cultist sacrifices ready. We've seen Eternus players play and always catch these at a very good time. An Ascendant player could be a very, very good player who just doesn't have the map awareness to catch these unique moments, right?
Absolutely, and I think that's kind of where Saiah is really going to show an incredible amount of worth, is not just at, oh, hey, 5 minutes, go get the bridge buffs, but, you know, at 4 minutes 30, hey, go position for the bridge buff, right? All of those little things, like you were saying, I think are going to be key.
Yeah. But I have a question for you, Mimi. Do you think that Saiah is going to be mainly working on the macro and micro of these players, or do you think he's going to be working on stuff like builds too, and like trying to get them to play it in a certain way?
You know, I was actually talking with Chess about that earlier, where we were kind of theorizing on what Saiah's role could be, and I think it's going to be kind of all of the above. You know, you've got the best player in NA in your ear. Hey, what should I buy next? Is a completely fair question to be asking him, and it's not going to take much time. So I think there is going to be a lot of, how should I build this? What should I go for? He's also going to be taking care of positioning. I think he's really going to be doing all of the above.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a very good question. And there's the first Guardian. As I predicted, the Eternuses are going to handily win lane. Pre-8-minute Guardian is always good. Of course, with the McGinnis. Pre-8-minute Guardian
McGinnis does make it easy.
Yeah, McGinnis does make it easy. That's like the one thing that she can do in lane, which is shoot a big gun. So, yeah.
Well, that's really the big question of this game. That's the entire premise, right? Is can they overcome these communication challenges to beat a lower skill team? And I would be interested to see if they try to do some kind of in-game, I guess you could call it sign language. You know, pointing at each other, shooting each other, punching, you know, nodding yes, nodding no. I would be interested to see if they try to do some of that. I would expect they do, but, you know, time will tell with that.
Yeah, I mean, what I've been told from the Eternuses is that given that they cannot use voice chat, text chat, or in-game pings, they've decided to do some sort of weird communication language based on crouching and nods, and see if that works out. I'm curious if we're going to see it this game or they were just joking. It's always fun to see new languages be invented within Deadlock. Yes.
Deadlock signing, man.
Deadlock signing.
It's gonna be popular.
It's gonna be popular. Truly, only in the GlutenSnake channel, which you guys are gonna like and subscribe to right now, can you see new languages be invented for the sole purposes of getting Deadlock shitposting in. But yeah, no, this is very interesting so far. The game is, you know, a little bit Eternus leaning, but not abnormally so. I certainly expected this. Lash comes in. He's going to get a big slam there. But that's certainly not going to be enough. And still, the Ascendants are a little bit afraid, especially with what's happening on lane number 1.
Worried
that
about
McGinnis,
that Walker.
Yeah, that McGinnis is just doing McGinnis things, it seems. And there goes Walker number 1. McGinnis. That's always going to be the big problem.
We saw a nod there.
Yeah. A nod. A communication. But yeah. Now McGinnis is free to roam. She does have a sizable soul number, but like not like, you know, 11k at 9 minutes sort of thing. Regardless, we're gonna have to see if she's gonna go and gank here on lane number 2, or if she's just gonna go farm. She seems to be going on lane number 3. And do a little bit of a push there. The side lane is, of course, the best place for McGinnis to be. So, yeah. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I think it's no surprise that really...
oh, the communication system! We see the communication system!
I think it's really... yeah.
The wall blocked the lasso.
I think it's an apology. You know, my Deadlock sign language is a little rusty, it's a little new, but I'm pretty sure that was an apology.
That was
I've got the translation right there.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like, there's almost no ability in the game that can block you as much as the McGinnis wall can. It's insane how negative it could be to your team. Because most of the time, the only person you can kill is yourself. But with the McGinnis wall, oh boy, can you kill just a lot more than yourself. So yeah, it's always a very dangerous ability. Regardless, game is almost 13k soul difference. The Ascendants are gonna have to figure out how they come back from this soul difference at this point in time, using Saiah's supreme leadership, and to see if these Eternuses are coordinated enough with each other. Billy does pull that Lash deep into the Guardian, but is there gonna be a follow-up there? No, it doesn't seem like it. Lash is waiting for his slam to pop up. Very good. Wow. I was about to say, very good thing he's going to dodge the Yamato. He's going to dodge the Yamato, but that does not seem to be the case. Can we talk a little bit about the team comps of both sides? Who do you think has the better team comp, especially given their limitations?
Yeah, I do think Victor might be a little out in the open there for the Eternus side. You know, he's really their only big frontliner. You're really going to need Holiday and Calico to kind of dive in, get damage in alongside him. On the other hand, you know, Billy can, you know, take a lot of damage frontline, and Abrams is known for that. So I think they do have a better frontline, and then it's all about positioning. It's all about communication. Is your team behind you? Are they following up? And of course, the Ascendants are going to have a massive advantage in that department.
I mean, so Victor is Sterak. She's one of the best players in our server. She's E6. She, I think, is the only E6 on the Eternus' team. And she is very, very good at this game. And with already a 15k lead, the thing is that Victor is certainly one of the best characters in the game when it comes to, if you're ahead, you're really ahead, right? So, like,
Absolutely.
some characters like Mo, for example, even if you're behind, you can still have a lot of utility. Same goes with Dynamo. Same goes with, like, a Paradox or something, right? But if you're behind as, like, Infernus, right, or Yamato, you're not going to do a lot of work. And Victor is certainly up there on the ladder of, oh, if he's ahead, that's really, really, really bad for you. And you want the best player in your team to be ahead. Victor is also very good for another reason, which is that Victor can solo. Victor can 1v3 almost better than any character in the game can. Victor might be the only character that can realistically 1v6 in the whole game. Just because of his aura of suffering and all of his kit. So just having Sterak on that is going to be so valuable, because even if Sterak gets cut out, doesn't matter. Victor is going to be able to survive easily.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing about Victor, is he can just absorb so much damage and heal off of pretty much all of his abilities, right? So...
Yeah. Billy does
Big
get
parry
stunned here. Yeah. I mean, this is part of being an Eternus. You just are very good at hearing cues and being able to predict the opponent's movements. That Abrams really got burned hard. Infernus can be very, very dangerous for an Abrams, especially at a distance. Once the charge is gone on the Abrams...
Oh, that might have been a mistake from the Billy, sticking around too long.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, when you have a player like it's Saiah's caliber teaching you what to do, it's great, but what if there's 6 players? He can't be everywhere at once. And you're gonna start having these Ascendants just do these small micro mistakes. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. A very interesting thing to note is where the camps are. So you can see on the Sapphire side, the Eternuses have basically cleared all of their camps. On the other hand, Amber is full of camps. It's just because these Ascendants might, you know, be told, hey, this is how you play the game, but they're not going to be as efficient as you would like them to be. And we just see a Doorman picking up the urn. The urn was a green candle urn, but it switched literally 3 seconds after. That is a very unlucky thing to happen to you. And I don't know if the Ascendants do have the power to fight this. Actually, as I say that, we do see that the Eternus team is very focused on lane number 3. Is this McGinnis Infernus going to do a push? Are you going to give up a Walker for that urn? I don't know if that's smart.
Looks like that's what they're trying. It does look like they're going to have some pressure trying to get out. It looks like they will get it, though.
Yeah, oh, and the big pick on that McGinnis. Is this Infernus going to be able to wrap it up?
He does get it.
Yeah, he does get it. Sacrifices his life.
That urn is still being contested, though.
Yeah, and we do see Mekkel has gone down. Sterak does have to use the ult, and that's just very, very fucked up.
Sterak gets the urn.
Yeah, the urn just keeps getting traded over and over. Yeah, I don't know.
Had it there, but...
I don't know. I'm not sure here.
Wow.
And I mean, the Ascendants, I think, managed to actually clear camp. Very well done.
That is a huge swing for them. That's going to even up the game.
That's immediately going to even up the game. There's going to be some denies coming in here, but yeah, that's par for the course. Infernus goes in a little bit bold, gets immediately Baroness, and there's 3 people around him. I don't know that this Infernus is going to make it out alive. Gets stunned. Oh. As I say that, he makes it out alive. Wow. The power of the Eternus, ladies and gentlemen. He does Fed Wraith is one of the scariest things in the game. Fed and 1 characters generally are. But yeah, that Wraith is going to be very, very important to their strategy. Is she going to go in? Yes,
Nope,
yes, she is.
revive.
Very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
need him more. Yeah.
Oh my God,
Obviously, I
this-
think that's a big
The
part of the
Ascendants might be pulling
Saiah
something
strategy.
here. I don't know. I'm liking this. He doesn't. There's no
Wow.
wave. There's no wave though. But two huge picks coming in. Yeah, feeding this Wraith is starting to pay dividends for the Ascendants. But as we say that, picks are
But
happening
they can't
all
get picked
over.
off.
Yeah. I mean, like, for most of the game, it's very intuitive. If you're an Eternus player, that is, to know when to hunt and, like, what your limits of your character are versus the limits of their character. But this doesn't surprise me that they're still getting these picks without any comms. But we do see this Infernus is going to go into that Walker. He's going to be able to do enough damage. Warpstone comes in. It's not going to be enough. Yamato does wrap up the job. And that's just going to be a bruised Walker, but not a dead one. Yeah. Anything interesting you're seeing, maybe?
I mean, I'm just kind of looking at the game as a whole. I think it'll be very interesting, and hopefully we do get a VOD of Saiya's POV of this game, so be on the lookout for that.
Oh, yeah,
But
we're definitely
just,
getting that.
You know, I'm seeing these big moments of the Ascendants where they're working together really well, and, you know, they have these good ideas, getting the Wraith fed, you know, gathering on this pick, doing that. I think that's gotta be the Saiah master design. But then, you know, I wonder how able he is to focus on every single player, because we are seeing, oh, this one guy's out of position and he gets picked off, and, you know, little mistakes like that. And I just wonder, you know, how on top of this game can Saiah be?
Of course. Of course. We're going to have to see that one, though. And
Wraith
yeah,
gets
another
Walker.
pick. Another big pick. I mean, a big fight seems to be brewing on lane number 2 as this duel is happening. The Wraith is distracted out of position. Are you going to be able to wrap it up as McGinnis here? I would hope so, but there's just no wave. You can't do enough damage. Unfortunate. But yeah, McGinnis is going full duelist build with that Fury Trance. It's like one of the paths to a McGinnis, essentially. You can go for an early Tesla bullet sort of build and go for a debuff heavy. They got the Mystic Slow, get the Bullet Shredder resist, or you can go for a more gun heavy build with Fury Trance and try to just stay your ground. But yeah, I'm not sure which one is best. I think they both suck because they're McGinnis build. Anyhow, Wraith does get picked here. Is there gonna be enough? Teleport is not there in time, and that's a huge ball too. Another
Looks
massive
like
stun.
Ascendants are trying to get revenge here, though. They even it up.
Yeah. But
like
yeah,
there's
the
that's all
urn
they're
is
gonna
being
get
picked
out of
up
it.
in this very second, actually. The Eternuses don't need to communicate.
Easy.
They just deposit the urn. This game has been very balanced so far. I don't know what you're thinking about us.
It's certainly more balanced than I was expecting. You know, in the back of my mind, I'm kind of thinking the Ascendants still win this, but I was very prepared for this to possibly just be an Eternus sweep, where, kind of like you're saying, they are so good they just don't even need the comps. But so far, I mean, it's been a very, very good game.
Yeah, very balanced on both sides. We're going to have to see how this one ends. The Eternuses do have a little bit of a lead. It's really back and forth here. But as the game goes on, the Ascendants should have more and more and more power. So I'm not sure what's going to happen here. The last Walker has been destroyed. That's the last Walker for the Ascendants. That's a flex slot. And this Victor is going to be the centerpiece here. Does Victor have ult? Victor does have ult. Will he use it? No need to
Victor,
use
it's
it,
just
so
unkillable.
just parry to parry to parry. And well, there goes the ult. Yeah.
But he's ready to just get right back into it. Now his cooldowns are back up. He's just going to heal right up and right in your face once again.
Yeah. We're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to see a big assault coming into the base, and the Eternuses are gonna be able to pull something off here. Oh, they're just gonna go for mid. Just go for mid.
Yeah.
I would think they would grab at least a Guardian before, but no, they're just going straight for mid. I think this is the sort of plan you discuss, and once one of the Eternuses saw that 3 of the Eternuses had gone mid, they just decided, let's all be there instead of just trying to do 2 work groups, right? But mid,
That's the
mid.
value of mini-map
Yeah.
awareness, right? You can see your team backing off, you just gotta follow.
So yeah, they're just doing some casual poking, and there goes the fight. There starts the fight. Lash ult comes in. He's gonna try and get something really big here. We do see all the Ascendants are down there. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, only one. They all escape the line of sight. But huge 3 picks. The Eternuses are gonna push to the
down
base.
now.
Yeah. I mean, the big thing is that the Eternuses are really good at the beginning of the game. But you know what else they're good at? These base fights where you're all together. You do not need to do the comps. 5 picks, no reju loss, and straight to base.
Yeah, I worry that the Ascendants are even going to be able to contest this. I think this might be the end of it here. Yeah, Patron's gone. I think that's probably GG.
But yeah, Patron's gone. No massive ults. Yamato ult is the only big ult that they can count on. That Wraith is up, but I don't know that she's going to be able to 1v6 here. Wrong character for that. Wraith, we just see Yamato jump in, try to distract here. McGinnis is focusing on the Patron, but she is very low. Is she going to die right here? Yes, she is. But immediate revive happens. Calico is trying to pull something off. That's all the revives. The Patron is almost done, though. 2 more punches, and it is Gonzo, and that is game.
GG.
Services have it. Would you like to see Saiah's POV with Ascendants? You can now. We have a new channel, so like and subscribe to this video, and then go right ahead and see the whole thing again. Have a good day, folks.